Are there good conspiracy theories? Yes. And I talk a lot about what art can do in a healing aspect. There's a lot of good information about grounding, putting your feet on the ground, what it does to you, how it kind of rebalances you. But today I kind of want to dive into what happened to the church bells. Where did they go? I have to give a shout out to Amanda, my daughter, my best friend. She got me this little drum for Christmas, and I finally got it in my apartment. I don't know why it took me so long to get it here and unpack, but the more I have been looking into sacred art, practicing ink scroll work, because I'm kind of diving down the rabbit hole of sacred art, sacred geometry, what it does for people. I was excited to get this little bell out. Okay, yeah, I don't even know how to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. That'll be another video. So, there is a term and it's called neurodivergent. And you guys know me, I'm a traditionalist. I don't really like labels that people put on us. I think a lot of big pharma and just the whole Western medicine angle is used for profit. And they use this stuff to label us so we'll need another drug, another pill to fix us. We're not broken. God has given us everything we need to restore our balance. And I like to touch on how that ties into with art and music. I cannot sing. You can hear from my voice. I've always had this kind of deep voice. That's okay. It's who I am. I don't need anyone to fix me. But I do need wisdom. And when you pray for wisdom, you get all sorts of pretty interesting answers. So back to the bells. Where did they go? While studying how to do scroll work and practicing and being pretty new to it, I looked into sacred geometry, and shout out to Joe, my brother. God bless him. He's been talking about sacred geometry and artwork for years. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'll just kind of pack it into my thing that I'll look into later. But I want to tie into this neurodivergent aspect of me as an artist all these years. I shared recently that I went to a art owner. He owns a studio here in Kansas City. I think it was 2016. And he said, "Your art is all over the place. Come back once you have a theme." I don't. I guess I'm a neurodivergent artist. As you can see over the years, I went deep dives into charcoal and I really enjoyed it. I love the classic aspect of charcoal works. And then, of course, I've been into pastel and I did the Greek philosophers, I did the bull market portrait you'll see there. And there's a conspiracy around Glenn Miller, but I'll let you look into that if you want. So, yes, my work is it kind of jumps from medium to medium, but I like that. I like exploring what different mediums can do. And one thing that I did abandon years ago is watercolor. So, I am going to force myself to go back into watercolor. Not because I have to, not because someone has commissioned me for a watercolor, but I am going to go down and look into the connection between water and music and what it can do. So, with the bells, it's supposed to be restorative to our beings. I'm going to read just a little bit about what the sound of bells does. Bells, especially church bells, have been used for thousands of years, not just as signals, but as tools that affect the mind, body, and even the atmosphere of a place. What you're sensing with sacred geometry and healing frequencies actually connects to several real layered benefits. And I'll just go over them real quick. Nervous system regulation, calming the body. We all need that, right? Like when I go on, and I'm confessing here, when I go on and I start doom scrolling, I don't feel calm. I don't feel inspired. I don't feel creative. When we realize the problem, what's the good conspiracy? What is something that we can do that they've kind of hidden from us? By stopping the bells, by making sacred geometry a thing of the past. No, let's bring it back. Mental clarity and attention reset. Lord have mercy, do I need attention reset? Spiritual symbolism, especially in churches. So when you're hearing those bells and you're looking at the sacred geometry, what that does for you, oh my goodness gracious. It's supposed to drive away evil or darkness. Okay, I like that one. It says historically bells were even blessed before being installed. Very cool. And you don't have to be Catholic like me, but I keep holy water all around my home. I'm always doing the sign of the cross. So, blessing yourself, again, even if you're not Catholic, but I'm kind of a rule breaker. But anyway, have some holy water in your home, creating a sense of place and sacred atmosphere. We need that. We are spiritual beings kind of trapped in this physical body. So, how can we connect back to who we are? I had a quote on my phone years ago that helped remind me of who I am and who you are. I am made from the same thing as the stars. So when we're reconnecting to that, who we are sacred beings. Emotional and symbolic impact. Certain bell sounds become tied to life moments, weddings, joy, funerals, reverence and mourning, daily ringing, stability and order. Over time, the sound itself carries emotional memory. So we want to rewire our brains to connect music to creativity, joy, and who we are. Again, we are spiritual beings, loved and blessed beyond measure. What you can do with me, if you'd like to, as I dive more into my watercolor practice, is you can get one of these bells. It's pretty cool. I'm excited to do this. So I was looking on the stock audio of church bells, and I went on YouTube for way too long yesterday, playing these sacred sounds, and I wanted to see what it did for me. And it did put me into a sense of calm. I always stress to the students that want to learn art, you have to get yourself into a calmer state of mind before the creativity connects. And once it does, if at all possible, keep the phone in another room and start practicing whatever art medium you want. Remember, it's okay to be neurodivergent art type people. Anyone who tries to put you into a box, don't listen to them. And I'm not saying listen to me. I'm just saying that it's okay to have several interests in art. So on this holy day, happy Easter, Christ is risen. And I know this may be a little bit all over the place as far as my artwork and my practice, but if it helps you, grab a pen, grab some charcoal, get some paints, whatever you want to do, and go to YouTube and find some of those church bells. Embrace it, listen to it, let it restore you to the beautiful soul you are. See you next week.